brought to you by NHP. NHP, we're about you.
99 FM, welcome to Master Your Destiny Heart. We're kicking this week off with life-changing conversation, and I have two amazing women in studio. I have Venicia, Shanjenka, and Paulina Alweendo from the Young Feminist Movement, and they're looking gorgeous, and they're here to really make a change. Hi, ladies.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you guys doing?
Doing fine.
Yeah, I'm so glad to see you. Like, be my first interview, second interview for the day, but the first one for Master Your Destiny Heart. And just setting the week off right. It's such an honor to have you in studio. So let's jump straight into it for those that aren't familiar with the Young Feminist Movement Namibia. What is it and what are the objectives?
Young Feminists Namibia was founded in 2009. It's a feminist organizing and activist-driven organization that responds in a provocative way through campaigns and one-on-one leadership development.
Okay.
And also mentorship of young women and creating safe space for young girls to transform their lives and take their power back.
Now, Venicia, she mentioned some campaigns. Can you touch on what some of those campaigns are for you guys that you are currently running?
Currently, we have the Take Back project,
Okay.
Where we are emphasizing the need for women to control the narrative, to take back their power. We are launching a book in about a month or so,
Yes,
where
lady.
we will be sharing stories of women coming from, especially from key populations, the circumstances they've endured and how they've overcome it. And the reason why we're doing it is because we're trying to claim women and young women's right of ownership and control over their bodies, their minds, and their lives. Because at YFEM, we believe in the right to dignity, so that each person is represented as persons with full human rights and bodily integrity. So we like talking and making sure people discuss issues around autonomy, ensuring our well-being, thinking, speaking, and acting for ourselves.
I'm really looking forward to that book now, because it's only when you see these stories, because stories shape us, not only the narrative, but change our perception of what we thought was real, and the impact that, being a woman in Namibia, what that actually feels and looks like. There's one campaign that I'm very much interested in that you guys are also having, which is ending child marriages. Can you touch a little bit about that?
YFM was commissioned by the Southern African Trust to address child marriage in Namibia by compiling a country scorecard, which was finalized last year in October, which the YFM will now be embarking on an advocacy campaign to package the scorecard into effective materials to inform the public about the issues surrounding ending child marriage in Namibia.
Yeah.
Our aim is also we want to develop an advocacy and communication strategy to raise awareness on child marriage in Namibia. And we also want to integrate a multi-sector approach to bring government ministries, traditional leaders, service providers, community groups to work on recommendations to address different causes and consequences of child marriage in Namibia and how to combat it. We also want to get support from various civil society organizations to strengthen the work of this campaign.
Okay. Now, in most some communities, this is a norm to them. Child marriages is not even something to go boo about. It's like it's we've been doing this for years and so forth. So what has been some of the challenges in trying to educate communities to end child marriages?
One of the biggest challenge has actually been engaging governors and traditional leaders in Namibia, as well as educating them on the effects of child marriage and the need to abolish it. Majority of these leaders, they think that we are disrespecting culture, but there are ways in which we can preserve culture and still let go of harmful practices. We feel and we notice that the governors, especially in the Kunene region and the Maheka region, are not doing enough to bring light to these practices. On paper, they will acknowledge that it is a problem, but in reality and in practice, we are constantly left with dead ends and empty promises. And I think the importance or the notion that culture harms autonomy is not taken seriously by our leaders. So it's kind of like, in some way, as we are moving in a modern society trying to engage these things, they move most of these harmful practices to backdoor scenarios,
Yeah.
like female genital mutilation and all of these, and child marriage is included in that. So it's not things you see daily in society, but it happens in the background.
Yeah, and so now,
Yeah.
and you know, it's not something that is not known to be happening. It is, and us as the community members, we are aware of it. So how can us as Namibians really get behind this campaign to make sure that it is a success?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It happens very regularly, so much so that 18.4% of Namibian children are affected by child marriage currently as we are speaking. Because the Namibian law does not have clear limitations on child marriage. So marriage under customary law at present allows a child to be married off, and in certain communities they kind of use this law to negotiate, and then the age drops drastically. So children as young as 12 get married. Yeah, and even in regions in the Kavango region, 39.7% of children, as reported by the Ministry of Gender, are currently victims of child marriage. And these reports were finalized in 2020. So this is current information.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, we need a lot of support. Currently, we have a lot of limitations and restrictions. We do have support of other civil society organizations like the Women's Leadership Center, the Diverse Women Association. We work with women in the Zambezi region at the Rural Women's Assembly, also in the Orongo region. So they are, but we see government officials, they're kind of like shied away or scared away, or they don't communicate with us when we approach them, because we're trying to see what way we can desensitize and resensitize, because we're also learning and unlearning, you know, stakeholders, because we need everyone to unite. We need solidarity.
Exactly.
We need to ensure that stakeholders as government and traditional leaders are educating families in the communities on how child marriage affects the future of children. Because if you're married off early, you don't have the capacity to play an active role in your life.
Not even.
Yeah, you know,
And in certain circumstances, your school is cut short. Now you're a mother. At 16 already you're a wife or a mother. 12 years old. What do you know about being a mother and a wife? And your life is really drastically changed.
It's over. So we want people to talk about this into society, to address it. We're looking to collect stories from individuals who have experienced this in the past, because under child marriage, we're also trying to use this as a way to encourage stakeholders, as the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Education especially, to take this seriously. We're asking the public to report cases on child marriage. Reach out to the Young Feminist Movement, reach out to the social workers at Ministry of Gender and Health, or just go to the nearest police station, because under our law, under the Constitution, it is illegal, but the customary law still has unclear limitations. And the other thing is, we're looking to establish partnerships. So if this is part of your mission and your statement to uplift and uphold dignity for children in Namibia, we're looking for volunteers to assist us with research and research in remote areas, especially where these practices are very prevalent. Donations in any form, because right now we don't receive any support from the government in any form of research, so we're very limited. We can't just get up and go and educate. So we have a lot of concepts in place, but we need support from government officials like the Ministry of Gender to assist us with support on resources,
Even the private sector.
Even the private sector as well, if they can come through and fund our projects. We have a lot of campaigns running. Other than the End Child Marriage campaign and the Take Back campaign, on which I spoke back earlier, we have the Tesoro Care campaign, which forms part of bodily autonomy and teaching people on how to advance their narrative in society. So with that, we're teaching LGBTQ individuals how to be steadfast and strong in their notions to in their gender identity, and we're also engaging faith-based leaders. We've had a few working workshops, I would say, where we were establishing the various limitations in which the church harms the children in which the church harms the LGBTQ community, and the ways in which church harms women. Because it's time that we start addressing these notions in society, because as much as we want to put these things under the rug, they're affecting the future of Namibia.
Yeah.
Today we had a sad outcome with the case of Mr. Lul, who'd like to hold his children.
Yeah.
So they were denied, the children were denied emergency grant. So all of that is the work that YFEM is doing, and we really need support from the government. It's time that the government stepped up. Like, you cannot ignore us anymore. Like, we are here and we are fighting, and every time you say no, we're just gonna bang down another door.
Indeed, and until one actually opens. So for those that really want to be allies in the movement, how do they get in touch with you? Give us your social media, emails, how do we go about it?
All right, if anyone would like to get in contact to provide support for the End Child Marriage campaign, you can contact me directly on 081-833-0410. I'll just repeat that again, 081-833-0410. That is my number, Venicia Shanjenka. I'm the project leader for this campaign, so I'll be running it. And if you'd like more information on our work, we are on all social medias as YFEM, or you could Google the Young Feminists Trust Namibia. That's how you would get a hold of us.
Thank you so much, ladies, for coming. Nighttime FM is home. So whatever it is that you need, the door is open. Let's discuss. Let's change the narrative. Let's heal Namibia.
Yes.
It is a healing journey. So thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having us.
That was Venicia Shanjenka with Paulina and Alweendo from the Young Feminist Movement. If you want to be part of the End Child Marriages or whatever campaign that they have mentioned to us, and want to get more information, even how to help, where to help, 081-833-0410. That's 081-833-0410. On all social media platforms, it's YFEM. YFEM.